welcome to another episode of One Man's Opinion, where I review professional theater across Connecticut, national tours, and Broadway. Today I am reviewing Hartford Stage's production of Eugene O'Neill's A Wilderness, directed by artistic director Melia Bensussen. A Wilderness is the coming-of-age story of Richard Miller, played by Javon Williams, a 16-year-old romantic who loves studying subversive literature and the works of Bernard Shaw, Oscar Wilde, and The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam by Edward Fitzgerald. His passion for the romantic gets him in trouble with his girlfriend Muriel McComber's father, David, played by Joseph Adams, who discovers Richard's letters to Muriel, played by Brittany Nicole, and due to the erotic nature of the poetry Richard quotes to her, forbids Muriel from ever seeing Richard again under the presumption that the two of them have been having sex. The play takes place over the 4th of July holiday of 1906 and the following day, as Richard deals with the fallout of his heartbreak after receiving a letter from Muriel telling him that she can't see him anymore, including conflicts with his parents, Nat and Nessie Miller, played by Michael Boatman and Antoinette LaVecchia, respectively. Now, I love Eugene O'Neill, and I love A Wilderness. It's a play with charm, the characters have individual charisma and personality, and it holds to the idea that the family unit can be optimistic and hopeful in a challenging time. And why A Wilderness is so good, and why its story maintains its relevance nearly 100 years later, is because of that hopefulness. That love does survive, and that love can move us to greater hopes for our future. Is it naive at times? Yes, but that is the nature of love, particularly teenage love. It's full of possibilities, and when it's taken away at that age, it's the end of the world, and all is gray and lost. As adults, we can choose to look at A Wilderness cynically, or we can look at it with fondness and how we react to the story's optimistic view on love and life. It tells more of our own view of the world than it does O'Neill's. As for this production, there are a lot of hits and one big miss. I love James Noone's design of the Miller house. It's almost skeletal with a remnant of an age past. It leaves a lot of open space for the audience to see actors coming and going and creating anticipation for the next character's entrance. I like Bensussen's direction in making sure the actors have that early 20th century shoreline Connecticut austerity, but also making sure that they don't come off pretentious or snooty, nor dated. They, for the most part, feel real, like they truly have lived with each other for decades. The one problem with the production is the casting of Javon Williams as Richard. As light and fun as A Wilderness is, Richard is an extremely complex character, and Javon didn't seem ready to carry the weight of the role. Instead of an ideologically rebellious youth with idealized passions and visions of true love, we get a rather stiff and wooden performance. His monologue at the beginning of Act 3, Scene 2, should be a tumultuous struggle of love versus rejection, with some clearly indicated nods to the audience along the way, but it never gets to the height of emotion that the dialogue suggests should be there. Otherwise, the rest of the cast is delightful. Michael Boatman and Antoinette LaVecchia have a beautiful comical chemistry together. The nuances between them both, from the slight turn of the face to the grand posturing, are splendid and carry the heart and soul of the play. The rest of the family are also delightful and have a great repartee with each other. Brittany Nicole is great as well in the dual role of Muriel and Belle, the prostitute Richard meets in an evening of despair and rebellion after receiving word that Muriel doesn't want to see him anymore. She is bright and full of life in two diametrically opposed ways, and she nails them both. I also enjoyed Bensussen's use of music in A Wilderness, using period songs during scene changes to set the tone of the coming scene. It, for one, keeps the audience engaged during the scene change, and two, it acts as a place setter for the upcoming scene, kind of giving us a quick taste for the continued investment in the story. I did have another problem with the boat scene, and that is the staging with the boat in Act 3, Scene 2. It's unclear where the boat is supposed to be. Is it still on the shore, or is it in the water? I would assume it's in the water, since that's where boats tend to be, but the actors move 360 degrees around the boat, making me wonder about how wet they're getting. With the way the stage is designed, there is a bluish-green coloring around the wood-paneled floors that represent the Miller home. It would seem that the logical thing to do here is put the boat alongside the wood paneling like it's a dock and only walk within the border so as it doesn't seem like they're walking on water at times. Hartford Stage's production of All Wilderness is not without its faults, but I will still recommend seeing it. It is a hopeful piece and has enough charm, especially from the supporting characters, that it will still be a satisfying night of theater. So that's one man's opinion of All Wilderness at Hartford Stage. Leave yours in the comments below. If you're interested in seeing All Wilderness, I'll leave a link to the website where you can buy tickets. Be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons and follow me for more reviews. I am also on Facebook and Twitter. Just look up One Man's Opinion and you should find me fairly quickly. My next review will be TheatreWorks Hartford's production of Someone Else's House. So thanks for watching, and I will see you at the theater.